I'm FREE. Hello, you guys, and welcome to Cocktails and Conversations. Me, Jamila.
And I'm my boy Miles.
And unfortunately, our girl, Ine Devon, did not make it today. Our schedules are colliding. Last week, we had the beautiful Ine Devon, and this week, you have the handsome Miles.
What's going on, fellas and ladies?
So, we're going to give our viewers some time to join in. We're a little bit late today. Miles, how was your weekend, or how has your week been going so far?
Well, it's been good. Weekend, what I do this weekend? Busy weekend. But other than that, everything been lovely, gravy. It's
Oh,
been
yeah.
wonderful and magnificent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I ain't complaining. As long as I wake up every morning on top of the earth, I'm good.
On top of the earth. Yeah, I
On
feel
top
you.
of the earth, I'm good.
Nice, nice, nice. Glad to hear that. I'm gonna unplug this for now just so I can move it back to give us some room. And when it start beeping, then I'll go ahead and plug it back in. So we're gonna pay attention to that. Hi, Miss Tenoris, Miss Annalie Gilly. How are you? Miss Tenoris, tonight on Cocktails and Conversations, we're gonna be talking about in-laws and can they be deal breakers in relationships? We're going to talk about those siblings. Hey, B, thanks for joining. Yeah, we're going to talk about all of that. But before we get into our main topic, we want to talk about some hot topics. And right now, the main thing is the mass shootings. Hey, Miss Tenoris, don't really watch the news, but of course, if you're on social media or you just talking to your friends or family, they'll let you know what's going on. And well, it was 19 little kids, 2 teachers, and it was an 18-year-old high school student that went into an elementary school and just killed all those people.
Yeah. He got big issues. I seen it. I seen the little old thing they was talking about blogs. I see here and there, saying something about he was bullied, but elementary kids
they
ain't
said he
bullied.
was bullied. So
They
he
talking
was
about
being bullied by the elementary students.
no, that's what I'm saying. He being bullied. That's some bull crap.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, then like I said, I think he shot his grandmother. So I'm thinking what happened was his grandmother was probably to stop him, and he ain't like know what you're doing, and he ended up shooting her. But then go to a school and shoot up some kids that ain't got nothing to do with whatever anger he dealing with. Shoot yourself if you got that much anger.
We was talking about that at the house with Aunt Ease. I was talking to Aunt Ease
Mm-hmm.
about it, and Aunt Ease said the same thing you said. She feel like, the grandma probably was gonna stop him. I was like, his grandma probably been getting on him about being like a trouble kid or doing stuff he don't have. You know how parents and grandparents kind of ride you a little hard, and he probably was just a weak and had mental problems or whatever issues, because he's clearly had some issues to take a gun and go kill some kids. I said his grandma had already got on his nerve and pushed his last button, so he done killed her, and then he seen how easy it was for him to pull that trigger, killing his grandma. So now he decided, I'm gonna go to the school and kill some more people. And I don't even know if the elementary school was the school, like if that was where he really wanted to go to. It just doesn't make sense to me to kill children. Maybe it was somebody at the school. Maybe he wanted to kill the teachers and the kids was just there and they were just victims. I don't know. Like, nothing about this story you can make it make sense to me.
I don't know. At the end of the day, just my thing, you killing some little innocent kid, they ain't got nothing, they can't defend themselves. So whatever, like I said, whatever your issues is, you need to deal with that. But shooting up a school is something big yet. I don't think nobody got mental health. You can go get a gun. You know what the hell you doing.
But if you get a gun and kill a bunch of kids, something is wrong with your brain. Like, that is not normal. A sane, normal person would have an issue with killing somebody. A bigger issue with killing like a little child.
Maybe you're full of some drugs or something. Maybe got on some acid or some PCP or something.
No, what I think it was, I think that because he was not black, he thought that he could get away with it. Like you just seen the last shooting where the little boy killed up all these people, and then he walked out and surrendered and nothing happened to him. They live in this Call of Duty life.
Yeah.
So maybe he thought, well, they ain't killing you unless you black, because Black Lives Matter is the only people that's making a fuss. The brown lives not making a big fuss like the black lives. So maybe he felt like he could get away with it. But at the end of the day, if you're not white, you're gonna die. And I'm sorry, I am not racist. I am not prejudiced. I am just aware of how it is in the world. When you look at TV, I have yet to see where a white person has killed a bunch of people and surrender and has gotten his life taken from him.
That's why if I was a cop, I'm killing caps. Maybe that's why, but it's just the fact that forget that, treat them same energy like you treat when folks ain't doing no harm. Approach them same way. You see them shooting you when you pull up. You see people laying on the ground. So go at aggressive effect. You know what I'm saying? You tell a person to put a gun down and then shoot, or say don't do that. Like, well, keep that same energy. But then I can't judge every cop, because every cop, everything happens in different situations, different states. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to when people doing that mass murders, they always seem to walk away easy. You know what I'm saying? So it makes things hard to make you seem like, oh, so y'all let them go away easy, not knowing, okay, maybe they won't kill no black person over here in this state. So it's hard to say. But when you see most of the time y'all shooting a lot of black people in the back or shooting them for no reason, it's a problem. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard to really judge and say, are these some real cops are doing it by law, or these some crook, so it's hard to say. But at the end of the day, it don't make sense, so like you had that shooting, and they even did some more shooting over there over there in the country. I want to not say Puerto Rico. God dog it. What's that over Aruba, Puerto Rico, Colombia, one other spot. They killing people over there. A lot of club laws.
Oh, the laws.
Yeah, they shot up a bunch of people over there.
I don't want to be no law.
That. So it's just a bunch of crazy stuff they got going on right now.
It is. I mean, the world has been kind of spiraling out of control for a really long time. And I don't know, like, I just feel like I hear a lot of people saying they're blaming the gun laws, like Abbott or Texas making it to where anybody can buy a gun and carry the gun. I really don't think that has a lot to do with it. It might play a role in it, because it's not the gun that kills a person. It's the person that's using a gun. So that's why they say, okay, well, if you don't give access to anybody can't use the gun and kill somebody. But everybody has a choice to make. We would hope and pray that kids or people are being raised right, with integrity and with love for human life. But it just seems like nobody respects human life anymore. That's why it's so easy to take a life. But, you have to explain to these children, once you pull that trigger, it ain't no turning back. Once you take a life, they're gone. They're gone forever. They're not coming back. So what makes it so easy for somebody to just take somebody's life? Like, you're taking somebody's loved one. Can you imagine? First of all, if you are a parent, just think back to when your kids was little and you sent them to school for the first day. Like, some kids, they be crying their little hearts out because they don't want to leave their mom and their daddy. And some parents be crying their little hearts out because it's like, oh, I don't want to send my kid to school. These were elementary school babies. Can you imagine sending your kid to school and then getting a phone call that it was a mass shooting and now your baby dead?
That's crazy.
That doesn't just affect the person that died. That affects everybody. And it's sad. It's just so heartbreaking. And it makes me want to go on a lockdown, or makes me want to, like, instead of carrying my gun in my purse, like, do I need to start wearing pants now so that I can put my gun on my holster?
Shit, put it wherever you want to, under your sundress, wherever you.
It's not gonna look right underneath my sundress.
They got new straps you can hold on to.
I need a smaller gun. I got to get a smaller gun. Hello, Elfrida. She said, I would lose my mind. Absolutely, I would lose my mind too. Like, I just can't imagine. It's one thing to lose a child, but to lose a child to violence or suicide, to me, that's the absolute worst. The absolute worst.
Yeah. I think it's just crazy, but. Period. Don't blame with the school, with these jokers coming to school, how they just need to do different things different. Lock all doors during school, they can get out all day, and from the inside you can go outside, but coming in you can't. You got to come in through the front main entry. Make them come in through the front main entry, and then you have, when you come into the front main entry, you have a middle, not just an open area, and then it's another door, door,
so they can, like a rotunda or something like that. They call it a
little room, just so, and then the office can be here. So therefore, if they need to come in the office can even have a buzzer on their door. So therefore, if somebody coming in there to school, they can't, when they open the door, they already in the school. Now you still got to go through another door. Mm-hmm. So if somebody come here, we can see that. But then at the same time, that's what school, police, and all that's supposed to sit around for.
So the little boy, how did he get into the school? Did he have the gun on the outside? Like, do we have video footage? Have you guys seen anything? Like, how was he able to walk up on the campus? Did they not have metal detectors? Was it nobody checking for him? He had on a
I don't even know.
Like, what type of clothes was he wearing for him to get through the school and kill so many people? Like, were they on the playground and he shot them on the playground? I didn't get the full details, and I'm just kind of curious about how something like that can happen. Yeah. You know, I can't even imagine how those babies felt, you know, knowing that or seeing it. Like, were they aware? Was he in front of them? You know, like, you know, I don't even want to know, because if I find out, it's just gonna really just break my heart, and I don't want to. Anyway, we're gonna move on. Yeah. We're gonna move on because we're not here to, like, you know, make you guys feel any sadder than what you already feel. So let's just get into our topic. So this topic came by request, and we've talked about in the past about how children affects relationships and how children affects marriages and how they affect couples of, you know, like the stepmom and the stepdad. But we didn't really talk about how siblings and in-laws affect relationships. Miles, have you ever been in a relationship or even in a marriage where maybe the mother-in-law or the father was very needy, or they was just always in a mix, or the siblings felt like, you know, they had so much say-so in your marriage or your relationship?
No, I ain't had that problem. Maybe they thought because I throw it off or something, because I cuss them out and tell them, man, you get up out my house. I ain't trying to hear none of that. You know what I'm saying? If you feel that way, you can take and she can go stay with you or whatever. But no, I ain't ever had that issue, but I done seen it though.
What about you being a parent to grown children? Your children are grown, and I know one is in a relationship, you know. This is what I mean, like, as far as like parents or in-laws affecting like their relationships. So maybe let's say if your daughter, she always depend on you for everything. She go to daddy for everything. How do you think that's going to go over in her marriage or in her relationship with her man when he want to be the man in relationship, but she's so used to running to daddy and daddy fixes everything? How are you affecting her relationship by not allowing her man to be her first point of contact when she needs something?
Well, first of all, I'm not going to do it, because if she got a man, I'm going to say, you don't need to call me. You got a whole man, boyfriend, whatever, he need to do that. Mm-hmm. Now, I understand things might need to be help, a little situation. You know, that's what I come in to, you know, to help. If something, everybody getting bind, like y'all trying to come up. But as far as me coming through doing certain stuff, no. Mm-hmm. If you got any dude living in your residence, he need to step up and do his part. Because then, for me doing what I'm doing, and then if you see me doing it because this is what I'm showing you, that's how a man should do it for you, and you got one, he can't do it, you get rid of that sucker.
Right.
Point blank. And that's just how I am. That's how I'm gonna tell him.
So in your case, your daughters, they're never gonna have to worry about you interfering in their relationship, because if they got a man, you fall back and you allow that man to be the man to her, right?
You do what he need to do. My only request is, don't put your hand on her, and you keep your hand off of him. It go both ways. Don't nobody touch nobody. If somebody touch, I'm touching both of y'all. It's just that simple. I mean, it is what it is. Like, don't, like, at the same time, you got to know your child too. Mm-hmm. You got a child that run their mouth, and you got to understand that. And I tell them, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if my child got a problem running mouth, hey, homie, look here. If you can't deal with it, shit, leave. You ain't got to stay there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing. That's still not gonna change the fact if I think you're a cool cat or whatever the case may be, you're a cool little fella, whatever. It's not gonna change my opinion on where you at. Now, if I see you doing a bunch of weak stuff, then I'm gonna tell you myself. Then I'm like, hey man, look, whatever the situation, like, I'm not gonna tell you need to leave it, but if he can't do this, then you need to leave that sucker alone. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I'm not gonna really get into that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so now that you said that, let's just say you have a daughter, she got a little fly mouth, but she's in a relationship or she's married, and you know, she put her hands on him, he put his hands on her, and then she called you saying, oh, daddy, he blacked my eye. Do you get involved? What do you do?
Well, you goddamn right to get involved, because at the end of the day, regardless, even if she did put your hand on her, and when you hit her and you cause her black eye, you going for hurt. Regardless, a woman lick ain't gonna hurt nothing. Don't get me wrong, there's some women that are not gonna do that, maybe. But at the end of the day, it don't matter. You could have put it in a finger fold, could have clipped her, pinned the arm up, and I'll say, hey man, look, your daughter over here, just leave. Like I tell them, man, leave. They could put your hand.
So you know, sometimes that's easier said than done, because sometimes the man could try to leave and then a woman jump in front of him and be like, you're not going nowhere. She's blocking him.
Yeah.
So if that's your son, you have a son, let's just say he got a crazy girlfriend. He's listening to your advice. He's trying to leave because she crazy. She putting her hands on him. He don't want to hit her. So he goes to the door. Then here she comes. She run and block the door. So now she is, what do you call it? Holding him hostage at the house. He don't want to be there. What would you tell him?
Shit, call the police on the phone. Say, hey, this girl holding me in the house. I'm trying to get out of here. So if she yell anything, I want y'all to hear this on the phone. I'm trying to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not play the game with her. Okay, come on. All right, let's go to the room and get ass in the room, push the door closed, and run out the door. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Run out the door on her. I mean, there's ways to do everything, but you know, it's just at the end of the day. But yeah, you get one that stand in front of the door and be like, man, look, get out the front of the door, move. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
I've seen those. I've been a witness to those type of situations.
Okay, you stand in front of the door, stand in front of the door all you want. When I leave, I'm gonna stay gone. So it don't matter. You stay here all day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, move out the front of the door. Don't hold me in the house, because that ain't gonna make it better. You know what I'm saying? So nah, it just shit like that just don't make sense.
So Frida says, when a relationship turns physical, it's time to leave. Absolutely. I agree 100%. I don't think that anyone should stay with somebody that is physically, mentally, verbally abusing them, especially physical abuse, because to me, my definition, abuse don't fall under in love or caring about somebody or being in a relationship with somebody. I actually like the way my face look. I like the color of my skin. So I can't see me being with somebody that's going to do something that's going to alter my physical appearance. I don't want no black and blue bruises on my body. Only things I want on my body are tattoos. I don't want my nose broken, my lips busted, my teeth knocked out. You know, again, I don't think that women should be putting their hands on men and feeling like, oh, here, man, he's not supposed to hit me. No. And I'm going to tell you like this. I have one son. Back in the day, if he told me like a girl did something to him, I'd be ready to beat up. Now, I got good 60 seconds in me to fight clean.
After that,
it's a wrap. It's not a clean fight no more. But don't put your hands on my child, especially if you don't want me to put my hands on you. But I have told my son, I say, for one, you don't need to never argue with no female. Men don't need to argue with women. A man, when you see she getting all stupid and belligerent, shut it down. Women don't like to be ignored. Walk away. If she putting her hands on you, like you said, like my son, he used to be a lot bigger than what he is now. But when he was as big as he was, there's no reason for you to ever have to hit a woman, because you got enough weight on you. You could just push her down, push her out the way. You keep pushing somebody, they're gonna eventually stop trying to get up. But don't let a woman put you in a situation that jeopardizes your future. You know. So anyway, that's about the parents or whatever, or the parents playing a role being deal breakers. Now we have some situations, and this is another topic that somebody, you know, same topic but different conversation about it. Let's just say, you know, you have a mom, and not you have a mom. Like, let's say you're dating someone and they have a mom. The mom is single. You're maybe the breadwinner in the family.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been single for a while. So mom is just used to calling you. Hey, Pookie, can you come, you know, do this? Pookie, can you do that? Pookie, can you put a car in your name for me? Pookie, can you pay my light bill? Now, when Pookie get a wife,
that's gonna stop.
Pookie got to understand, you got to discuss these type of decisions with your wife first. You might never have to make a decision or discuss what you do for your mom when you were single. But when you get in a relationship and we talking marriage and you're married, you need to discuss these things with your wife. Because how you think your wife going to feel every time you turn around, my husband at his mama house, my husband, you need to spend time with your wife. You know, you can't go put a car in your name for your mama and not knowing if your wife gonna need a car or want a car. Because at the end of the day, your wife is your first priority.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's saying that you don't love your mama, that you can't do for your mama, but your mom has to understand that you have your own life and you can't do all of this stuff for her. So some women end up breaking up with guys before they even see marriage, because early on they see that the mom is too needy. The mama always needs something, you know, not saying that he a mama's boy, but there has to be boundaries.
Yeah.
And if you don't set those boundaries, you're going to have a problem. And it's not so much that the parent needs to set boundaries or that you need to set boundaries. Together, y'all need to set boundaries. And these are the conversations that you need to have with the person that you with before y'all even get into marriage. Because if you wait till y'all married to say something and you've been having a problem with this all along, then she gonna feel like, or he gonna feel like, oh, you don't like my mama, you trying to take me away from my mom, you know. No. And that's not the case. To be honest with you, don't get married if you feel like you gotta do everything for your mom and you don't have to consider your wife. You do have to consider your wife. You do have to consider your husband. Even for women, if you're married to a man and your parents are just used to you doing everything for them, they're going to have to get used to y'all doing for them, or they're going to have to understand that you're not going to always be available because you have your own family.
Mm-hmm. And well, mama need to get her as a boyfriend. Period. I mean, at the end of the day, I understand, because to me, when mom always let me give me this, she got some issues with herself going on. You need to go get you a job, or you need to get you a boyfriend, because it seemed like she probably just sitting at home and just paying her bills off of whatever little income or whatever it is she got, housing or little whatever disability, whatever check she getting. But you always bring me this. It got to be a stop. Like, no, you need to get you a boyfriend. And matter of fact, I'm gonna find you one.
You gonna find the mama boyfriend.
I get you a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? But it's too much. Like, at the end of the day, it ain't, don't get me wrong. If you need me for something to come look out, then yeah. But other than that, me, hey, I need you to do this. And no. I need to be asking you to do it for me. Shit. No. Because if that's the case, if I gotta come push your name, I mean, you already got your priorities fucked up, and you way older than me, you parent. So I mean, I need to.
And let me make this correction. I'm not talking about the old parents that's like 80, 90 years old that cannot do anything for themselves. We're talking about parents that still got youth, that can still go to work, that can still, do for themselves. You get some women that they sit back and they wait for their children to, do everything for them, or to I had a situation before. Like, I used to joke about it, when I was single, and I tell people all the time, I say, I'm okay if the guy, they don't have a mama, like, it's okay if he don't have no siblings, he could be the only damn child, because it's too much pressure sometimes on getting to know somebody. Like, I got to get to know your sister, and I got to hope that she like me, because if she don't like me, then she gonna say stuff. It's gonna be uncomfortable, because I'm not the type of person that's gonna fake like I like you if I don't. If I don't like you, I'm not going to go around you. So when you want me to be like, oh, come with me over to my sister's house. First of all, your sister don't like me, and I know she don't like me. So why am I going to go over there?
Outside. I ain't going around. But at the end of the day, I don't think there's nobody who's going to be around me. I ain't going to get along. They just going to make a roll with me. That's just who I am. But if your brother, your sister, your mama don't like me, I don't like them either. Because at the end of the day, I care less if they like me or not.
Right, because that's not who you with.
Yeah, they don't feed my pocket. So it don't matter to me, So if I'm going somewhere, it's because I'm doing it with you. But other than that, I'm not going to sit there. Matter of fact, I don't even want to go over there. Matter of fact, they ain't even come to my house. But I don't want you to feel like, dang, my mama and my man, or my mom and my dude, you know what I'm saying? Or that. But at the end of the day, it shouldn't be that blunt. If y'all can't get along that way, then it's no point in y'all need to be together. Just fuck it. I'm gonna go my own way. Yeah. Not saying you're a good person. I'm saying you're a bad person. Just it's gonna be a problem, because the mama, the sisters, the brothers, or somebody, gonna always try to throw dirt to make it seem like he or she doing something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be always confused. They're gonna throw dirt or be trying, knowing that they don't like it. I need you to do this here. I need you to come do that. They'll try to get you to come from over there. Like, nah, man.
That's why boundaries have to be set. Like, I have a friend. She was in a situation. She's married to this guy. He has siblings. And the siblings is always, depending on her husband to do this and do that. And a lot of times, like, she know that they don't like her and she don't want to go over there. But then they kind of puts the husband in a bad spot, because these are his siblings and his sisters and brothers. And, he's used to doing everything for them. But now he had his wife, and it's like, okay, your people don't even fool with me. And I've never done anything for them not to fool with me. But you want me, I don't want to go over there because I'm uncomfortable. They make me uncomfortable. But this your wife. So you as a husband need to have a conversation with your siblings straight up, because your wife is your wife. This is who gonna be there wiping your behind, not your sisters and not your brothers. When you in a hospital or when anything happens to you, this is the person that make your bed. This is the person that fix your plate. This is the person that give you sex. So how is it that you're going to break your neck to go over here for your sisters or your brothers when they got their own people.
Well,
He need to set the boundaries, or that person that you're in a relationship with need to set the boundaries that, hey, I need to talk to my wife first.
yeah. Well, first of all, if he or she don't say nothing to them, he or she don't really give a fuck about you. I mean, they just people like, I'm doing what I'm doing, but I really don't care less for you myself. But if you cut for that woman or that dude, you're gonna, hey, look here. At the end of the day, you ain't got to speak to him. You can just say, hey, if he speak, but all they trying to be those dry slugs and say shit, I'm not going. But then you gotta, sometimes you just gotta
I'm
say,
not going
but
over there.
sometimes you just gotta show the family, like, you know what, you right. I'm chilling here. Why you ain't come? Because I ain't got time to come over there and y'all make my woman or my man feel uncomfortable because y'all with that bull crap. I'm not with it. So you even gonna accept it or I'm not gonna come. At the end of the day, it's not gonna matter to me.
Yeah.
So call what you want. I'm not coming over there. So therefore, don't call me to come over there if y'all gonna be with this bullshit. Y'all, what, the girl ain't did nothing or he ain't did nothing to y'all for y'all to be on that bull crap.
Because they be feeling like, oh, she taking my brother away from me.
Dang, you can't,
I hear that a lot. You know, like a lot of siblings. You know, they feel like their big brother, you know, is the one that, oh, she trying to take our brother. Why do you have to look at it as this person is trying to take your son away, or this person is trying to take your brother away? How about you be like, oh, I have a new sister, I have a new daughter. Like, what's so hard about that?
Now, just be happy that the person happy. If it's your brother, your sister, be the fact that they happy. If they happy, you should be happy for them. But the problem is they ass is miserable. They ain't got nobody, and they keep running through females and dudes. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody doing what they do. So when
or they could be in relationships that don't be happy with the person that they with, and it's killing them to see that person happy.
Saying that, you know, y'all doing things they want, like one thing about me, you not for the you. It's no, whatever I choose to do is what I'm gonna do, regardless. You can't tell me what to do, how to spend my money. If you don't feed my pockets, I can give 2 cents about what you gotta say. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel about it. Like at the end of the day, if I cut for you as a woman, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure you're good. You know what I'm saying? And people gonna respect that.
Yeah, for me, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, and first of all, my family, I have never seen, you know, like my family just go out of their way to make somebody feel uncomfortable. You know, like I can understand if you with somebody and they know that the person that you with is a terrible person, that treats you bad, they beating on you, cheating on you, whatever, like they're justified in not want to deal with you. But in my family, I've never really noticed anybody just being a rude or disrespectful or just, you know, a rotten person to nobody.
They still speak to you. They
still speak to you.
They speak to you like, hey, and leave it at that. That's bad.
But for me, I'm not going to feel comfortable bringing, you know, the person that I'm in a relationship with around somebody that I know don't like him. Like, why would I bring my man around you if you don't like him? That's an uncomfortable. Like, why would I want him to be uncomfortable? Seeing him uncomfortable is gonna make me uncomfortable. Yeah. So I'll be like, look, I'm finna go with Pookie house. I know you don't fool with him, but I won't be long and I'm gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even gonna ask you to go with me somewhere when I know that you don't like them. Yeah. And I'm not going to try to make you like somebody that you don't like, because I'm not going to want you to try to make me like somebody that I know that don't like me.
That's fair again, fair exchange. And keep it that way and keep it pushing. But yeah, it can be a big problem. You just got to know when to say, nah, man, that's what it is. And that's what it's not going to be. And that's simple. But if that person, he or she don't speak up for you and always let it be disrespect towards you, they really can care less about who you are as a person. I mean, that's just how I feel about it. Because if I don't say nothing, because like I really don't care, you know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, then shit, we can go to what's the point? We ain't upon us waste our time.
Yeah, because why would you even be with somebody that don't care how you feel?
Point wasting our time. We all here to just keep on moving on by our life. You know what I'm saying? And therefore, we all can be good.
Look at Robert. Robert, what you had to say? I know you have something to say. Have you ever been in a relationship with somebody and their siblings was just overbearing, or their parents was just overbearing? Like, with you being a man and you're dating a woman, she always run into her daddy for him to do this and do that. Or, you know, maybe the mom is like trying to tell her how to run her relationship. Or maybe she got brothers and they sitting back, they trying to judge you. Or sisters, they acting, you know, what about those sisters that act like they brothers are they man? That part is, have y'all ever, well, you probably wouldn't experience it, but I know a lot of women that have been in relationships with men who have sisters, and the sisters be acting like that's their man. That can cause a woman to walk away because she don't want to deal with that. And they be wondering like, okay, well, why didn't this work? You know, what happened? What went wrong?
Crazy. They sure do it.
So listen, it was a post that was in the group. I want to say that it was in the group. Go to the group right quick. It's a few things that I want to bring up about some of the topics and stuff, because y'all really have been kind of playing women. Y'all was talking in the beginning saying that me and Native was male bashing, or we were just hating, which we never did. I don't know why y'all said that, but like a lot of posts that y'all post in Cocktails and Conversations, y'all really be trying to drag the women. Don't be trying to be the Kevin Samuels of the group. And I'm not gonna say no names of who be posting the most stuff about women, but don't sit up and just post all the negative things about women, because it's a lot of real women out here that really value a good man. And you don't have to necessarily be a high value man or anything like that, but don't think that every woman or all the women that's on social media that we're just looking for a man that's gonna pay our bills, because that's not realistic. That's just stuff that people be saying. Miles, you supposed to be looking for the post.
That's what I'm trying to find. Some of these dates.
No, it wasn't her. That was a girl that was just being like,
yeah, I put that on there.
Yeah, she was being real extra. That's not it either. Andre Washington. That's Andre Washington? Yeah. So Andre Washington, you are the one that posts a lot of things in the group, and I'll be waiting for you to join Cocktails and Conversation, because I feel like you just have so much that you want to say that you need to get off your chest. And right now is the time for you to say whatever it is that you want to say, or ask whatever questions that you want to ask. And we have different topics for the show all the time. But if it's anything that you guys really want to discuss, all you have to do is just shoot us some ideas, and we'll, bring those topics up.
Do y'all believe women dress crazy in places?
I don't even know what you putting up, because none of those are.
This all the thing he posted. It's back to back.
Keep going. That's not it.
Somebody put on the only value man have is money. No.
Who said that?
Oh, somebody posted that. Say the only I guess these was the girl said, man, the only value man have is money. Now, only people feel like they own the money as they value them is the ones that ever got nothing, they ever had no woman. Way back in the day, and they get a little money, so now they figure they got money, they can get whatever woman they want. If that's what you use your money to gain women, then that's on you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like at the end of the day, don't worry about what money I have.
I just think too many people put too much emphasis on income and money nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, two is always better than one. I don't know that you have a lot of women that prefer to not work and not have their own income coming in, except for the mothers that really need to be at home, spending time with their children, raising their kids. I think that's the reason that we have a lot of problems in the world right now, is because you letting TV raise your kids. You're not teaching them values. Nobody's really going to church anymore. People don't believe in God because they're so woke. But it's like you still have to believe in something. When these schools started, those relationships turn abusive in some way. Hey, Divine, what relationships? And let's see, can we bring you on camera? I don't know how to bring you on camera. It says bring them on camera. Okay, there we go. Yeah, tell us what you're talking about when you say relationships gone bad. It'll be abusive. Hey, girl.
Hey, guys.
There she is, Miss Ine Divine.
Look, I don't know. At some point, I think after our last text, I put the phone down. I went in the kitchen and started cooking.
And you missed the text. I say she didn't even respond.
I didn't even see half the text. My phone sat here, and once I answered it, I didn't pay attention. I go back later and look. I said, man.
Okay, so hold on right quick. Mitch is on YouTube. Let me see what he said. The person that said that looks for the guy with the money, and that's why she's treated because of her conversation, most likely. Mitch, you and your typos, I'm sorry, I don't understand what you said. So are you fashionably late, or am I just early? I don't know. I was here on time. Miss Ine Devon is fashionably late. Okay, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I'm comfortably late. What I was saying was, I think I've spoken before, like when people get into relationships and it's about money, and the man is the one that's making most of the money, man, it's stipulations that come with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of stipulations that come with that. You know, those type of relationships, women tend to lose themselves because
they get complacent.
Yeah, they come complacent, but not even that. That you got to realize when you have a man that's head of the household and they the breadwinner, it usually goes my way
or the highway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be.
When you come across those situations, it's a little bit different. It don't work the same.
I just don't think that it's a good idea to be fully 100% dependent on another human being, because we already know that humans can be very vindictive. They can be very wishy-washy. Like, I just don't want to put that much control of my life in somebody else's hand at all.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, you know, it's a lot to go through. It's a lot to try to figure out with trying to make sure you don't lose yourself. You know, being in relationships it can be a struggle. I'm not gonna say it's a struggle. It can be a struggle, especially learning somebody, trying to figure out what they like, what they don't like, what their triggers are, what they've been through in their past life, and just really being aware.
That's why the dating part is very important, that you take that time to get to know a person, because when you're getting to know them, you're going to eventually talk about what they went through in their childhood once they open up. But you got to let that person be comfortable enough to where they can open up to let you inside to get to know because what they went through have a lot to do with who they are right now.
But I think what a lot of people need to stop doing is ending to be somebody to get the person you think you want.
Exactly.
Because those relationships hardly ever work. You know what I'm saying? Like, be who you are, so you can attract who you want.
Because they be trying to impress the person, and how long is that gonna last? You're gonna eventually get tired of doing things to try to impress that person. So if that's not who you are and that's not what you do, that ain't the person that you need to be with. But like I said before, a lot of men, they get more caught up in trying to be with the woman that they feel like is acceptable by society or their family. Who your family think you need to be with shouldn't be your main thing. Who you want to be with, that's going to make you happy, that's what you need to be focusing on.
Yeah, I mean, I missed a lot, but I know what the topic was. I'm going to say this. There's a lot of, I've been in a relationship. I tend to only attract either the baby boy or the only boy.
Oh, Lord, so you got to deal with the mama.
I've always dealt with mama boys.
Okay, that's it.
Always been my thing. But the thing is, having somebody that the family sees as their savior, it's horrible.
Oh, I know.
It's hard to let go. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get you to focus on who's actually your family. Like, this is your family. This house and what's going on in this house should be your number one priority. And it's hard to get you to understand that when your family has made you their
go-to person,
their hero. You know what I'm saying? They Superman for all of these years, and you feel like you have that superpower, and you want to take care of everybody else. The people that you need to be taken care of are right in front of you. You're neglecting.
Exactly. So that's what we was talking about earlier. How do you set those boundaries when mama is used to her son being a breadwinner, being the person that's gonna come fix and take care of everything, pay her bills, buy her this and that, because she don't have her own life, she don't have her own man. She has been gotten comfortable with using her child, because that's basically what it is when you're not allowing your son to live his best life with his own family, because you feel like because that's your child that you should come first or whatever. You know, how do you as the wife talk to your husband about his mama that he loves so much that he needs to set boundaries with? How does that conversation go?
I mean, honestly, you know, with me, it's a blunt conversation, but you got to also consider what's the history of what's going on behind it. Like, does she have a man? You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe we just need to go find her somebody.
Right.
This way she has somebody that's going to occupy her time.
But what if she one of those mamas that be like, I don't need no man, I don't want no man. Maybe she feel like, well, my husband died and there's nobody that can replace him. I don't need nobody because I got my son.
Yeah, but it's people like that. But you have to have a strong-willed man so that they can they have to know for themselves what's happened for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to know what's happened for you. Is happy for you being right here next to me and us living our life, or is happy for you just sitting there making sure mama good?
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's always a balance. Like, hey, did you call and check on mama? I'm not one of those that's gonna be like 100% selfish. Like, man, where you going? For what? Where? No. If I'm estranged from my family for several different reasons, and it's not like I'm a mean person or anything like that. It's just the fact that where I'm trying to be in life is
they can't go with you.
So my cousin called me the other day. He was like, "Man, we need to owe you real quick. I need you to come over here and we got some stuff about to pop off. It's 9:30 at night. You want me to come be the old me?" No.
Like, I got stuff to lose right now.
Yes, I got a lot to lose. But see, my thing is, and that's me as a female. But there's men out here that family do the same thing. Like, hey man, I need you to come whoop this nigga. I need you to come do this. I need you to come. Man, come. No. That ain't your place.
Mm-hmm.
That's not your place no more. Your place right here this is your main priority. This is what you're supposed to be focused on taking care of. Mm-hmm. My thing is, those people out there are grown. They grown. You can't live your life through them. They can't live their life through you. You gotta understand that there's some cut off that hate needs to be had.
So what about these siblings? What about the siblings? We were talking about this earlier. I'm glad that you joined so you can give us your input. So let's just say you have let's just use you for an example. You are married to a guy. He's maybe the breadwinner in the family, but he has siblings. And he's always been like the big brother to take care of them. But now they're grown. So now they're grown. You're not obligated as a husband to take care of your siblings who are also grown too. But then you see how they kind of manipulate his mind and make him feel like, oh, you got to jump every time your sister call, or you got to stop what you're doing when your brother call. You as the wife on the other end, it's not like you're jealous, but you feel like it's a tug of war. It's not like a competition or anything, but it's like, how can you set those boundaries? Like, your sister and your brother, they have their own life and we have our life here.
That's a really, really bad situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a really bad situation because you're in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, it seems like he would be in the middle, but for him, you're in the middle.
Because you're stopping him from doing what he's always had to do. But what you did when you were single is not what you can do when you're married. And that's a problem with a lot of relationships. You can't move the same when you're in a relationship. Yes, you used to be the person that do everything for your sister and your brother, but your family is over here. They come first. And there's need to be like you said, the mama needs to go get a man. Your sister needs to go get a man, or your brother needs to man up and do for himself, because now they are taking you away from your wife or your family right here.
And it's not even that, just it's your happiness in its entirety. You know what I'm saying? Everybody deserves happiness. If you being single, taking care of your family is your happiness, hey, so be it. Let me be. Don't come over here acting like, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna make me happy too, when all you're gonna do is piss me off.
Yeah, Miss say you gotta have healthy boundaries. So let's talk about, how do you set these healthy boundaries?
Shit, don't do it from the start. Regardless if you single or not. Shit, go get your own shit. I'm my own ground money. Because this is my thing. I sit up here and do all this shit for you. And then if I get in a jam, I can't come to you and get shit. So why am I gonna go dig in my pocket and give it to you for, and you still can't give me nothing? You're gonna still have your same issues.
Because a lot of parents, they try to make you feel bad.
You can't make me feel bad.
For real, like I'm telling you, I have experienced it before, where the guy might feel like his mama can't do this and she can't do that, so you gotta go do it. But no, when you get married, you gotta go through your wife first, and your mama gonna have to understand it, because guess what? She wasn't gonna let y'all kids affect what she had going on with her man when she had one.
I tell you what, if I gotta come over there and do so much for you at your house, get out your house, you come stay over here, you just cook. So therefore, whatever you ain't got to worry about it. You cook and do what you need to do over here. Then.
This dude always wants somebody to cook for him.
Yeah, you ain't. I'm not gonna be coming over here paying you down. You get your ass over here and come stay
Well,
here.
it would save you. Okay, so Mitch says those expectations must be made from the jump, and that's kind of like what Miles just said. Like, don't start it.
Yeah, we ain't finna do it.
But you know what it is when you don't have nobody, it's kind of hard to not start it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't have responsibilities or anything like that, and you the breadwinner, or if you have the ability to go out and somebody asks you for this, that, and the third, you can throw it at them and it don't make no difference. Then that's how you are. But when you stingy, so to say, or you pocketing yourself, you trying to make sure you good, then that's the first way you don't start that. You know, I'm not gonna start
but I don't even think that it have anything to do with being stingy. I think that sometimes people really take advantage of people that are generous. You know, like you might be like me, for example, like when it come to my son. In my son mind, he feel like, oh, all you gotta do is just tell her she gonna get it. No, that's not how I am. Like I never did everything I did for him just because, oh, he just asked for it and I just gave it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, as a mom, you want your child to be happy. You want them to have everything that they ask for. But guess what? When a person sees that, oh, all you gotta do is ask honey, she gonna do it. That's boundaries. You know, they're gonna take advantage of you. So you have to really know, is this person coming to me because they can rely on me, or is this person coming to me taking advantage because they know that I'm nice and I'm gonna always say yes? You know, and then when you get in a relationship and that person that you with see that other people are taking advantage of you, you don't see it because you're used to being taken advantage of. You still gotta allow your spouse to identify these different bad behaviors from your family that's taking advantage of you.
One thing that I used to be, I tell my kids now, if somebody asks to borrow money, if I can afford to lose it, I'll lend it, technically. But I wouldn't expect it back. But people knew her, you know, just like if I ask you, let me borrow $200 and you ask me what I'm using it for, that's not your business. I'm giving it back.
Right. I just need to know you're going to give it back to me. Yeah. But you know what? You know what? I'm going to take that back, because at the end of the day, like you say, you have to know, don't loan out something that you need or that you need back at a certain time or that you expect to get back. Because if they take it and don't give it back, now you might have gave them $200 out of your bill money. And if they don't give it back to you, now your bill is not going to get paid. But whose fault is that? You should have never gave them the money trusting that they was going to give it back to you.
But that's why I say I never lend out anything that I can't afford to, if I can't afford to lose.
Yep.
If I can afford to lose, I might let you hold some. But if I can't afford to lose it, you ain't getting it.
I can afford to lose it, but I'm just not giving it to you, because at the end of the day, you ain't got it. You need to figure out a hustle way to get it. Just that simple. You know
if I ask him for $100 right now, he gonna loan it to me.
Hold on, you ain't let me finish saying what I'm saying though. You have to know that person's status. Like, you have to really know that person. If you know this is the type of person, they hustle, and like I say, everybody can get in a little jam. But you're like, you know what? I can really know this person here. But if some people, you gotta know, you can't give them no money. Don't expect to get that money back.
It's some people that I would never put money in.
Because every time you look up, they always broke. So so if I give you my money,
I know I owe you 20, but let me hold 20 more. I give
like nah.
So who the crazy person? Why would you give somebody money that already owe you money?
No, so it's best. It's just best to tell you, look, man, figure out a hustle like I had to do it, and come up with that money. Then you don't have to. Oh, I'll be like, okay, well, come with me to go to work, and I'll pay you. You don't have to owe me back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that joke don't want to come work for it when you ain't got to pay me back. They want to just give it to them. No,
well, if they don't want to work for it, then they don't deserve to have it.
I talked to a lady last week or so, and she said that she lends, if somebody needs to borrow money, she lets them borrow it. But what she does is she makes them work it out.
Yeah.
Instead of having her pay, she makes them do labor instead of making them pay her back.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, while they owe her money, she buys she gets a collateral insurance. She gets collateral insurance on them.
How much money she loaning out?
Huh?
How much money she loaning out?
She loaning it out. Yeah, but your collateral insurance policy is like a life insurance policy that she has on that person. in case they don't pay her money back. If in case they die before they pay her money back, then she gets the life insurance policy to make sure that what they borrowed is covered.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she must be loaning out large sums of money to be doing all of that extra stuff. I'm not gonna loan out that type of money. I'm like you and Drake. You know, don't give somebody something if you ain't trying. If you need to get it back.
Yeah, so I ain't doing all that, but
yeah. Don't even ask me for no money.
Yeah. So my thing at the end of the day, figure out your hustle, do what you got to do. Labor halls, pool hall. You got something, go pawn it and get your money. You ain't got to pay me back. You go whatever it is you need, take that, go pawn it, get a loan on it, get the money and pay them back the money. So therefore, if you don't pay them back the money, you don't want your shit. I'm not giving you my money now. You want? If I gotta give you money all the time, I need your social security number. I'm carrying your ass on my income tax. Give me your social security number, and I need some collateral. What you got for me for collateral? Like real talk, like
yeah.
And it ain't the fact that it's not the fact that I can't do it. It's just the fact that I work too hard for my money to just be giving it and you just doing nothing. Like so, you have to. It just rules it. Like I just.
People used to think I was petty for that because when I thought if I spend my hard-earned money on stuff, I wouldn't. Girl, I'm talking about when people were doing DVDs. I had a whole wall, half a wall full of DVDs, and used to come and ask for don't touch my shit. My initials on every DVD, everything went up, and don't touch it because of the fact that you're not gonna give it back or you're gonna break something like that, and you're not gonna want to replace it. So I used to be like that tight with stuff. Like I don't want people touching my stuff because I don't want nobody to damage or anything because people don't like to replace your stuff. I don't like anybody. I ain't letting anybody drive my car. Or anything like that. It's just too much.
Okay, so hold on. We have Mitch is still on the other topic. Mitch said, I go through that all the time. And when I said boundaries, people don't understand that I'm not being mean. I just have the right to say no. And I agree. A lot of people need to learn how to say no because that's how you get taken advantage of because they know like, oh, this person gonna always say yes, you know, and it's true, you know, like we all do it. Like I remember one time I wasn't doing so good and I had this one cousin that I know if I go to her and ask her, hey, let me borrow $50 to tomorrow, she gonna let me borrow it. But she know that she gonna get her money back when I say I'm gonna get my money back. But she have a right to say no. Do I think she's being mean for saying no? No, I don't think she's being mean for saying no. But it probably would hurt my feelings if she did say no because she's not telling me what I want to hear. So it's a difference in being told what you don't want to hear and then somebody being mean to you. A person is not being mean just because they ain't giving you what you want.
Right. Absolutely. Yep.
It is what it is. But no, I ain't got it. You can work for it and then you got to pay me back. But I ain't got the lend at all. I tell my mom, I got to start y'all with something small. Make sure you pay me back too. And my mom say, give me $500. No, mom, that's beat up money. I'm going to give you $5. Start build your way up like a credit state. We're going now.
Okay, so before we start to wrap it up, Missy Nadevon, since you were the last to join, your advice that you have or your tips that you have for someone that's possibly getting married or starting in a relationship when it comes to boundaries that need to be set with their family members, specifically their siblings and their moms and dads?
I think that was a conversation that we need to have right off the rip. You know, right now, honestly, my wife, my kids, or my husband and kids, whatever the case may be, is my number one priority. We need to let this be known up front versus them trying to figure it out on their own. Because when they start trying to figure it out on their own, then they start getting their feelings hurt, and then which causes the drama between your spouse and your family. My thing is, for one, we need to make sure there's a connection between everything. If we family oriented or whatever the case may be, but we definitely need to sit down and let it be known that, look, hey, right now, this is my number one priority. This is what I need to take care of. If I can help on the back end, again, understand I have to talk to my spouse, get an okay, because this is ours. It's not a me no more.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people got to understand this. It's not me anymore. It's a us. And with there being us, then we need to make us decisions. And let it be what it is.
Right. Have you ever been in a situation where you've been with a man and his sisters was always all in his face, or his mom was always calling him like he was her man?
I can't say, well, somewhat, but it wasn't like for financial reasons. It was
not necessarily always financial reasons, but like
it was
anything.
Stuff. It was trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was always, and it wasn't his siblings or anything. It was just like different family members. It was like anytime something pop off, they knew he was hot headed. It was like calling, man, such going on, and I don't want that, because my thing is I'm gonna be pissed off, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna fuck up some shit if I lose mine behind somebody else. They got their own, they could have handled their own business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like I said, that's why I wouldn't get out of the bed the weekend. It's like, first of all, y'all don't ever call me to check on me to see how I'm doing or anything along those lines, but you want to call me to come whoop somebody's ass. No, you're not putting me in that situation.
Right.
I'm not doing.
And why would you go out of your way to jeopardize your freedom for somebody that don't even check on you to make sure you're good?
Absolutely. And yeah, I'm grown now. I'll be 43 years old.
Ooh, you big grown.
Girl, I'm not be out here fighting people. Baby, look, if I'm fighting, it's because I did that, not for nobody else.
Okay, so Miles,
What's up?
What advice do you have for, everybody that's watching when it comes to boundaries that need to be set, or, maybe you have some advice for parents who have teenagers that's walking into adulthood, into relationships, like on how to set the boundaries.
Which level boundaries on what end?
Boundaries as far as like, your siblings or your parents interfering in your relationship.
Well, first of all, if you're a male and you're dealing with a female and she got siblings, you tell them jokes straight off top. You jokers see me around here long enough, and I ain't got to do no talking. If you ain't accept me now, then too bad. I'm around forever. You know what I'm saying? As long as your daughter, sister happy, I don't want to hear nothing out y'all mouth.
Right.
Me personally, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna look at them like, y'all know who I am, and that's all I need to say. It ain't no more talking. Like, you don't have to express yourself. But at the end of the day, it been to the point where like, you have parents who really want their child like, nah, I don't want my child talking about it. Look, at the end of the day, when you dated somebody, did anybody tell you don't need to talk to this man or this woman? Was you happy? So I feel like saying, yeah. So my thing is, at the end of the day, if your daughter or son or whatever is happy, let him be happy. Now, if y'all always interfering, y'all need to go get y'all but a man or a woman. And it's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to be up here spit boxing with you. I'm not going to be sitting up here going back and forth. None of that. I mean, I'm not going to do all that. You see me around for the last 2-3 years, I'm around forever. If I choose to say I'm going to be with this woman, or this woman say she chooses to be with that man, you seen all these years, then this is what it's going to be. So y'all better learn to accept it. If not, I don't have to fool with you. Mm-hmm. And then if we do get married, no, y'all not coming. Y'all ain't gonna let you be there. But at the end of the day, it's just that simple. Like, no, y'all not coming. And I'm in it. And I'm gonna post and put in your face. And it's why. And when they go to my wife, invite me, cuz
you don't even like
you don't need to be there for what?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want you at my house. Don't worry about where we at. Mm-hmm. If like, okay, they want to have a thing, they want to come to the house. Okay, we got another house. You tell them to go meet you at that house, and they won't ever come to this one. Like, they gonna have a whole other house. Y'all can go over there, and I'll be here. That's why I'll be in my bed still laying down. They can go the way he at. He at home. At home, yeah. Then it is what it is.
You know what I noticed now that you said that? Like, I don't know if this is in every family or whatever, but like I have noticed like some of the men in my own family, when they get in relationships, they always doing stuff with their girlfriend or their wife's family. It's like they kind of forget about their own family. Why is it that like a lot of times when men get in relationships, they doing everything that the wife family have going on, but they hardly ever attend or do anything with their own family?
They too scared that girl gonna say something.
I don't think it's just that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm one of those that I didn't do much with my family, but I did with my dude's family, because they were more family oriented than mine. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, mine was always, they got stuff going on, but it wasn't on the level that I was trying to be. Mm-hmm. And then the other situation was more controlled. Mm-hmm. So
it's versus to madness to calmness.
It depends on who has a more stable family.
Okay.
It's who we hang out with the most.
Okay.
But
that makes sense.
No, at the end of the day, it can that's true. I can't take that, because it is. You got some side of family they throw it off. Like you like, I don't ever want your family to come meet my family.
Yeah.
You know
we got some family members that you have to warn
like,
somebody before you go over
I
there.
don't want like, okay, I know your grandma and your mama come over here. I got this one cousin or this people I gotta warn you about. So you know what? Now I'm just not gonna invite them. So I can understand that. But at the same time, you can have good side balance and family on both ends. But the person I always seen like, well, I'm gonna go here. This like this. This how I am. If we at your house, we chilling with your people on Thanksgiving, Christmas, we going to my people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna flip flop. You know what I'm saying? If your people have something, I go over there. But it ain't gonna be none of that. And then if you want to stay, that's cool. Or I mean, however the case may be. But at the end of the day, like we gonna flip flop. If so, it was Thanksgiving here, Christmas there. Okay, we're gonna flip it around the other way.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I'm saying?
And see, that's the part that I'm talking about. You know,
yeah,
like
we're gonna rotate.
We have, like, I know my family, everybody in my family is like super, you know, friendly and welcoming to people in, you know, that's not in our family. So like I do have some cousins that I'm like, dang, where that person at? But they with their in-laws. So it's not like they with the in-laws because our family, you know, is not organized or fun. It just seemed like that's just, I've noticed that with a lot of men that they tend to like run behind their wife family more so than their own family.
My thing is if we go to your people's stuff, you're gonna go to mine.
Yeah.
Now if I don't really want to go, I'm just gonna tell you I don't want to go. Like I don't want to go over there because I'm not feeling that, you know, and then they be on and I'm not going to there. You know what I'm saying? So you can go, I'm just not going. And the same thing. If I go
and
here,
they gotta be okay with that.
And it's okay.
You can't make somebody go where they not comfortable. Like me, if I know you ain't comfortable, I don't want you to come. Stay home and no hard feelings. It's okay.
And I'm type person, if your family all right, because I'm gonna scope them out all the time. You know what I'm saying? They all right and they cool. Like when I was married, I invited 3 families to the house. Like we doing Thanksgiving here. I invited both sides of my family and the other. I had all 3 of her family and both sides of mine there. We all would be right here. Man, we had so much food.
I know. I like coming to your house for holidays.
Had so much.
Years ago, I had 150 people in my house.
What was it? What you was having a wedding?
It was actually Super Bowl.
Oh,
that's too many people. I don't want that many people in my house.
It was a family member's birthday too around, you know, Super Bowl, but you know, they had lost a family member. But it was my ex's mom and dad side together at our house.
No, ma'am. That's too many people.
Sprinkled in there.
That's too many people.
It was cool though. It was cool. We had fun though. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, nah, man, I just tell people all the time, if you're gonna be with somebody, let it be known off top. But before you even go into a relationship, if you see this person I was doing something for their mom, you can't you can't change it. That's what they want to do. Best thing to do, just walk away from it. Yeah. Don't even get too deep into it. Just leave it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Or you got to bring it to their attention because sometimes people are so used to doing things the way that they do it, they're not even recognizing the behavior. They don't even realize that, you know, they putting their mama first. Or what was that movie? Was it Think Like a Lady, Act Like a Man? It was I think it was Terrence role where he was the mama's boy or whatever. I don't think that he realized that he was playing the boyfriend role to his mom. It took him getting a girlfriend for his girlfriend to basically like point out to him how he was being, and she had to kind of fall back. But his mama had a whole man that she was messing around with, but she was still trying to have her man, and she was still trying to have her son to entertain her and to keep her entertained. You know, like she was calling him to come do all kinds of stuff, go to church with me, come play games with me, come watch TV with me, like all the basic stuff that she should have had girlfriends doing with her. But because he was the only child and it's been him and her the whole time, he was in a habit of doing things that way. And if the girlfriend probably never pointed it out to him, he probably would be going into the next relationship doing the same thing, continuing to have failed relationships because nobody said anything. So like you say, in the beginning, you need to speak how you feel, speak your truth. And if they're doing something that you don't appreciate, you need to tell them. And if it's something that they're willing to change, more power to it. But you have to be understanding that they might like how their life is and don't want to change it. And if you can't accept it, that's your opportunity to leave and go be with somebody that can give you 100% instead of 50%, because the other 50 got to go to their mom.
Yeah.
So
I'm about to get in here because I'm about to make moves. Look, Y'all gonna see. I'm about to be funny. Well, I have a. I don't know if y'all. I think I gave this to BL for Valentine's Day, right?
Okay, in the basket.
Ticket.
Yeah. So the ticket is me and my dude have to shop at a thrift store to see who get the best or funniest outfit for under $10.
Okay. Where'd you get that from?
Huh?
Where'd you get that from?
From here?
You made it?
No, this came from Walmart.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Where'd you get that from?
Yeah, Walmart.
And what's the name of that thing? It's like a game. You pull tags out of there.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 52 date nights.
Okay. Okay, so that was a date night, going to the thrift store, seeing who can get the best outfit for under $10.
Yeah, it's not a date night. It's supposed to be what we supposed to pick out an outfit to wear for our date night.
Oh.
It has to be under $10.
Okay.
So what I'm saying, how many ticket things they put in there?
52.
52.
And so both of y'all pull one apiece.
We just pulled one.
Oh,
one.
And y'all do the same thing.
Okay. So so whatever they say, y'all both got to do what that one ticket say.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
So he done already been, and which is cool because I could never get nobody else I ever dated to do no shit like that. But I gotta go to the thrift store and find me a $10 outfit tomorrow.
You gotta go to a nice one to find, because unless you gonna pick a funny outfit, but he gonna have to be around you, so you might want to try to find a good outfit.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me get in here, get these people settled.
Okay, well, we finna wrap it up anyway. We've spent our hour. So we can just go ahead and close it out now. All right, you guys. So that was our topic for discussion tonight. Setting boundaries with your in-laws or the siblings. You can catch us every Wednesday or almost every Wednesday around 8:00. Cocktails and Conversations with me, Jamila,
Devon,
and
Miles.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. We love you, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
You still got it on.